Goddamn, we're back. And today we're going racing. We are hitting up Waratah Masters at Lansdowne. And it's been probably about 1.5 years, maybe 2 since I've last raced. So I'm just going to need to remind myself today that my legs are not where my head is at. I am planning to get there early just to suss out who's going to be there, but I'm going to be racing B grade today. But kind of knowing where my fitness is, and it's rock bottom right now, I think I'm going to have to rely on my race tactics, which is kind of always been the thing that I've used in the past. I've never really been the strongest. I'm actually hoping I'm going to finish, so we'll see how things go. Today, I 100% do not want to get in a breakaway because I know how that's going to end up for me. The plan is hang at the back, just let the race do its own thing, and if there's a sprint at the end, I'm going to use my 70.1 kilograms and launch the best mid sprint of my life. Should be interesting. I have no idea how today's going to go. But yeah, gonna give it a crack, see what happens. There is one thing I like to do at every race I enter, which is always start myself at the front, and I think today is going to be kind of important to do that as well. Basically, for 3 reasons. One, there might be a camera there, and I'm always a guy behind the camera taking photos or video. So coming away with some photos from a race is always a good thing. Second reason is normally it's to show I'm there to race and I've got some fitness. That's my mentality anyway. Whether it's true, whether it's not, in my mind it is, so it's true. Today I'll be doing the same thing, but it's 100% a bluff. So what I'm hoping that will achieve is if I start at the front, it will deter people from trying to attack over me by making it seem like I'll be able to close it down and just go with everything. Third thing, similar to the second one, starting at the front, if things get a bit too crazy, I can kind of drift around and then slot in where I think is going to be the best. And it'll also give me a bit of a look at who's in the race, who's looking like they might be feeling good, and then that's going to be the wheel closer to the end that I'm going to be trying to stick with. So yeah, we'll see how things go. I'm quite interested. Today I was meant to do a run, but it's a long weekend tomorrow. I still might do a run after the race. We'll see how things go. And by the magic of YouTube, we are at Lansdowne. We joined racing at the Bell Laps. This is the final lap. The race till this point has been kind of boring. There's been attacks here and there, but they've all just been brought back pretty quickly. But after the prime lap, there was a couple of guys that did get off the front, and then they were joined by another person. Those guys stay away for the rest of the race, so we're in the bunch now racing for 4th place, basically 4th and 5th. At the start of the race, my mate, who is racing in A grade, has been racing a few Waratah Masters races lately, and he pointed out this guy in the green Giant with green bar tape in the Marconi kit on the left hand side. Said he's going to be a good guy to follow because he always finds himself on the podium. Spoiler alert, he is on the podium in 4th place, so that was the perfect wheel to follow. Throughout the race, I literally sat on this guy's wheel for 55 minutes and didn't do a thing. So for me, kind of boring, but it was actually a little bit not too hard. There was a point where I was thinking I should probably jump across to that 3-man break and see what would happen. But the plan at the start of the day was hang in the back, and if there's a sprint at the end, then launch my sprint. Pace is starting to ramp up because we are getting into the final 1, 2, 3 or 4 corners before the long sprint finish. Hooks left, there is a slight downhill, and then right then it kind of goes back up a little bit, but it really suits coming out of the wheels a little bit early, and then kind of just holding that through to the end. So there is one guy up the front, and as I thought, off he goes, and he does slot in behind this guy. I do, again, just follow the wheels. I'm really in a perfect position as we go around the corner. The guy, because it's on a GoPro, it looks like he's a bit further ahead than he is, but it's definitely a gap that can be closed in this final sprint. He starts launching, the guy on my right starts going, so I go left, and yep, that's me on the ground on the left. I do put my hand up just to let them know that I'm good, but kudos to this guy. He was really strong all race, closing gaps. I think just at the finish he was doing too much work, so he was off the back, and he was kind enough to come check me out, make sure I was all okay, and his missus was also super helpful and grabbed my bike, walked it to the finish so that I was transported across in a car. So thanks mate, thanks for that. I'm going to repay that in one of our next races, maybe give you a bit of a lead out. Yeah, here's some footage of when they found the GoPro and was giving it back to me. Enjoy.
Is that still recording?
Oh, that's off his bike, is it? Might have got some good content, mate, you know.
Do you want it on your bike or do you want to hold on to it?
Oh, I'll chuck it.
Yeah.
Here's the kit, post-crash, pretty bad. My hip took the brunt of it, lots of rash, and it's, yeah, all stiff and painful at the moment. My jaw is also really sore, hard to chew. You can see cracks in the helmet, so wear your helmet, kids. Helmet saves lives.